Okay, so for today's simple, movable bait tank for a kayak, you're going to need a few things. Wire cutters, strippers, and a crimping tool. All in one in this bit of shrink tube in assorted sizes. Some butt joints. 90-degree ankle joint. Extender. Razor blade. Sharpie. Some marine grade glue. Sealant. Goop, whatever you want to call it. Lighter, a torch, heat gun. Some zip ties. A hacksaw. Hose clamps. These are, I believe, 1-inch hose clamps. A ruler. Your pump. I have a Tsunami 500. A length of 3/4 inch ID hose. And another 90-degree ankle joint that has the barbs or flanges on the end to connect to the 3/4 inch ID hose. And a bit of silicon carbide or wet or dry sandpaper. It's black. And of course your bucket. You need a bucket. Now to start this out is quite simple. You're going to need to drill 2 holes, a 1/2 inch hole here, and a 1/2 inch hole down below. This is about, let's say, about 1 inch above. Use your ruler or tape measure. Mark about 1 inch above. That's going to be where the bottom of this connection is going to go. It's one of these. I'm not sure quite of the name, sorry. But it's threaded. You're going to screw that right in. This is a 1/2 inch. It's going to go right into here. And then on the inside of that, there's a cap. Right here. And this is to allow, at the end of the day, the bait tank to drain out, so you don't have to dump the bait tank yourself. Simple cap. PVC cap. And this screws on just by hand screw. Not much force needed, and it keeps the water in. Next, third, and probably final thing you need to cut on the actual bucket itself is for the outflow system for the water to be released from the bucket. I do about 6 to 7 inch slit. This is at the end, so this is going to be about 3.5 to 4 inches below the top lip. That gives you some leeway so the water isn't splashing out all over the place. Take your razor blade, extend it and lock it. You're just going to cut around, you're just going to cut maybe 1/4 inch up on both sides, and then you're going to cut across. And just slice it right across, open this up, slide it all the way down, then take your wet or dry sandpaper, silicon carbide, rip off a piece, get it wet, and sand it all down. That cleans it all up nice and clean. This is just a little piece that I added, and it stops the water from going around the bucket. I added it on, you don't really need it. I've already field tested it, so I feel that it helps. It's just a piece of zip tie that I cut to length. Any piece of plastic. Add some glue to that, and it's fine. Next thing will be the actual pump. 500 gallon an hour Tsunami from Atwood. It's about $17-18 at Walmart, I believe. Hose clamp right here, and a few zip ties to run the wire the length of it, and of course your 90-degree ankle joint. This is the one with the ribs on it, so it slides up onto here and it can't come off. I added a small zip tie, you don't need it. Put on another clamp. It's already snug on here, it's not coming off. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on here. So cut it to length, cut it to the size that you feel is right on your kayak. You want this about 6 to 8 inches below the water line. So you want it to sit right there in the water line. That way, when you're paddling, you're actually sucking up water and not just air. That will be bad. Next thing to do for that is just add the wire across, add the zip ties, and then when you want to attach this, you're going to take those 90-degree ankle joints that I showed you earlier, your 3/4 outside and I believe 1/2 inch on the inside. You're going to add it to the bait tank. Very simple. And that 1/2 inch hole that you drilled right here, you're going to place this piece on the inside. This is an extender right here. This, just hand screw it in, just maybe 1 or 2 turns. Then take the gray piece, and this is a 3/4 by 1/2 inch ankle, 90-degree, and just turn the black one. Keep this gray ankle piece snug against the bait tank, and then just turn the black one from the inside. As you're turning that, you get that. And that'll be the sprayer head. People spend a bunch of money on fancy sprayer heads. I feel no need for it. I feel that this is all I need. Water to go in and circulate. That's all the bait needs. It just needs circulation. And you can adjust this to go down or up depending on how much force you want circulating through the bait tank. All the way down, there's not going to be much circulation. All the way flush, 90 degrees to the bait tank, it's going to circle quite a bit. It's good for anchovies, but if you want something smaller for, say, smelt or mackerel, whatever, you can just turn it. That is the finishing of that.
Late night breaks, I hear the tires squeal. Red light can't stop, so I spin the wheel. My world goes black before I feel an angel lift me up, and I open bloodshot eyes into fluorescent white. Flip the siren, hit the lights, close the doors, and I am gone.